here's the thing. This is
Uh-huh.
a perfect game. But yeah. Couldn't help the team enough.
I see. Perfect game as in KDA?
Like KDA. Yeah.
Okay.
I only died literally when the game ended. The
Gotcha.
whole game. But don't wrong, it was
That's a
active.
good
I had
sign.
11
It's a good
KDA.
sign for the early
So
game. That is more.
yeah.
I mean, that's better than what I remember. Right?
My
You would
5
die.
and
You would
6
die
and
unnecessarily for
yeah.
trying to like squeeze a little too much.
You recording this one for me or no?
Yep, I'm recording it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Same thing as I told the other guy. Just after every third wave, just ward river, because there's no water raptor. So I'm assuming there's no knowledge on their jungler. Who was their jungler, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Kindred.
Okay. You can die to
Yeah,
like any jungler, but it's just good to know. But yeah.
Yeah.
Junglers clear a little bit slower. It used to be second wave that you have to ward. I found that third wave is good enough. After you crash this, just ward a river here.
Yeah, no, it's around 255 is their first gank to 305.
Yeah.
Third wave if it's like a
safer.
J4 or Shaco, it's a little sooner.
Yeah, this will cover that full clear gank, but it'll also cover any early shenanigans. So yeah, I mean you have the push versus Varus Lux. I really couldn't like this is like they're supposed to win this lane, so the fact that it's going this well, it's a good sign.
Yeah. It's supposed to stomp us with double poke. Dark Harvest stacks.
And Varus is a very strong laner as well.
Yeah. Maybe I should have Varus took that chance.
Let me see. I mean that yours champ scale is way harder than Varus, to be honest. So
oh yeah.
Let's see
He built really weird.
What's it called? Let's look at your mana here. Why does it go down so
Yeah, I used a trap earlier, I think. I haven't gone back yet, so when she engaged,
you're trying to play for
Lux
BF sword for your Yuntal, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking of like matching tempo, like just dropped on my
No, that was a good try on the trap actually. You just have to put it a little bit more to the right, so she's forced to walk this way or flash. She's able to have room here. It's the main issue. And because you don't trap when it costs you a lot of mana.
Oh, she didn't land on it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because she's dead here. She gets rooted probably.
I thought I had.
Yeah. Do you use a normal cast ever? You don't have to, but what really helps is that like I have a binding for normal cast where you press Shift and E. You can see exactly where. Yeah, if you have one, then I recommend that.
Yeah. Sometimes
moments like that.
Like I use it, especially it's hard, but like sometimes that extra delay will mess you up.
Yeah.
Like the extra input. I don't think mess you up. You know what I mean? Like it's a little.
Yeah. Okay, now for the rest of this lane, kind of just want to see if you get to have a good back for your item. Just go a bit faster. You already have your BF gold, so I'm just thinking just want to get a good reset timer.
Yeah.
Staying? Let's see. Okay, you do end up staying. That's really good. Now it's on a cannon wave. Perfect.
So I noticed that there's, I think both backs I did were on a cannon wave. I think he got one of them, but like they were already crashing or about to crash. I know you usually want to leave beforehand, but
so what's your question?
It's not the worst, right?
Does it apply here?
Well, not to that first back because I need to spend my gold, right? But like,
okay. Just let
should
me
I
know.
have taken the back? Should I have taken the back, knowing the cannon wave was about to crash? Does that make sense? Should I have just taken the back and sack that wave, even though?
So can you show me? Can you show me what situation you're talking about? Like
so go back to the first back, like right when I had 1,300 or 1,400 gold.
Right here, okay.
Okay, yeah. So go back a little bit further, like literally like a half a wave back.
Sure.
So so this should be next wave should be cannon wave coming behind me, the tower, right?
Right.
Should I just not touch this wave in his back so the cannon wave will stop in front of my tower? Or do I do the right call here? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Usually by the time I get shoving back, this is really good. So what you care about mostly is you don't want them to shove like you don't want to shove this wave, which is why you stop. That's the first priority, right? The second priority is you just want to be back in time before there's two conditions when you want to be back to this lane, which is um, you want to be back before they push and crash into tower, and you miss anything. And if they don't push, let's say the wave's slow pushing towards you, which let's say you don't touch these minions, right? Then this
Yeah.
wave would bunch up here, and it would slow push towards them, right?
Right.
But we don't want that in the long term because then the thing
They're gonna
is,
have control over the wave, or the control. It'll be on their side of the map
yeah,
in about
it'll
a
be on
minute
their
and a half.
side, and then if you have a stacked wave, you'll deny yourself CS because they'll be killing these minions. But that only
Okay.
applies when the next wave shows up. Does that make sense? So like these 6 minions killing bunched up here doesn't
Fine.
matter until
It's the
another wave
next one.
comes. So you just want to be back by the time this next wave comes. So you don't care about
Gotcha.
wave position really, as long as you're back bot lane. So let's say you bunch the wave here, and then something happens mid, and then you go mid, then it's really bad because then now you're not bot for when this next wave comes, and you're losing a ton of CS to your own minions
Yeah.
bunched up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
TLDR,
I had a. Mm-hmm.
what you did is really good because it keeps the wave in the middle, which makes it not slow push. So you technically have an option to like leave if something crazy happens. This is like a good
Right.
habit. But the most important thing over everything is just backing on this cannon wave, so you don't lose stuff under tower, you don't lose plates. Um, yeah, but if in case you were interested as to like how much the wave position matters, it doesn't really matter as long as you go back bot,
Okay.
basically. Um,
So you see over at 50-52, before that first interaction, I was up 20 CS or 15 CS. Pretty much 10 to 15 like lead, and then it just evaporated. And then he got like a lead. You'll see. He eventually gets the
okay, you want
CS
to
lead. And I
see?
was kind of
Okay, you
like,
want to see where your CS
I was like,
goes?
why am I like, why can I go from leading the lane in CS to? I mean, I know Annie roams a lot to his Lux, but it's kind of like, yeah, like
Yeah,
these little chippies, right?
yeah. Let's have a look. Basically, where does your CS go? Basically,
Yeah, because
yeah,
I keep like yeah, it was like those are hard. Right. I shouldn't have cannoned or rocketed it.
yeah. As
But
long as
that'd
you
be a
know,
sword damage.
yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Just mean you gotta be patient, unless you know that you can like two shot the wave.
That was a good trap.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, this Yone did not hit her. She flashed the wall.
Okay, here you can like look for a second, but then the instant
That's
that
how we.
very interesting.
Yeah, because look,
Good
our
call.
team's collapsing. So if you didn't take the blast count, so you think you have a catch. But
Okay, you do go back instantly. Actually, it's fine. Um, Another cannon. You're back for Cole Longsword. This is fine. Um, Look at this again, actually, because I think you're already
you hit a
starting to
vision
bleed.
point right there,
You're already
so we
starting to
thought,
bleed CS, and I think it's kind of because a lot of little things are adding up, like missing the CS under the tower here, going up here, or where's the play exactly? I go back too far.
and it's Kendra's in our jungle right there.
Yeah. I mean, the decisions you made were fine, actually. You can maybe shove that Canada wave if you know that you're safe to do so, and you could do it quickly because you're Jinx. But I also don't mind
And he's at the
backing.
top of the map, roaming around,
Yeah,
doing whatever he does.
yeah. I mean, it's fine as long as you're getting the waves. Okay. Go back bot. kind of just chill with the wave, which is like fine. Champ's not the best duelist. Okay, pretty well
I
played.
feel
I
like my
think the only
input
thing,
was pretty shit though. I feel like I should have been smoother in my movement, but
yeah, that's one thing. I think the other thing is probably just wait a little bit longer for your R because she's half HP
I,
and you're still in range to auto. So what I would do is
yeah,
like just
I thought
W,
Annie
keep
had
walking towards
damage.
her. Just like right click, move forward. Just keep moving forward to keep gaining space. Because Ring, it's not going to give you a ton of value because she's not that low, and it's also stopping your movement with the cast.
Oh, okay.
So I'd want you to keep going. Because I think with your reset, you're so
We have
strong,
to keep
right?
blocking.
You're so strong
Yeah.
here, right, with your passive, that if you were clicking, if you were just autoing this whole time and moving forward between every auto, right? You W her, you right click with rocket, like move forward, auto, move forward. You'd be on top of this Varus and you could just mini get him down.
Okay.
But now you're all the way back here. And this is just because I think
So
you win
I'll
the
do.
fight so hard. You don't have the space. And they're range champs, right? It's not like this is like a Yasuo you have the space from killing you. Right? This is a range champ. You just
Yeah.
want to be on top of them to kill them.
Unlucky that creep right next to me blocked my W. Those would have had that kill.
Yeah, and then the reason it blocks your W is because you're not on top of them. Because if you're on top of them, your W is free. Right.
Yeah. So annoying.
Okay. Crash it under tower, base. Okay, let's look at this reset and see if there's anything you could do better. So when does the Varus? Let me look at this again. Actually,
When I start running back to to the second bush, he shows on lane. It took me too long to
so Varus
get
clears
going.
the wave. Start channeling base.
Yep. And I thought he might walk in the bush, but I actually had flash to make him kill him. You know that trick, right? Wait for them, push it out, just kill him. But since he backed, I decided that was the right call.
Yeah, so I think in season 16, one of the biggest baits is like pushing the cannon and then resetting because they come back so fast that
They don't lose anything.
yeah, they don't lose anything. And not only that, but this is where you're definitely losing CS. You lost a full wave. So I think here, right, if you want to cheese him, which is what you want to do, right? Like him walking
Yeah,
up.
that was ideal.
You can't do that, but like let's say you can just channel recall. If he stays, then you fight him. If he doesn't, then finish your recall. Because the extra seconds it takes
Okay.
to push cannon waves means that they can deny the following wave most of the time.
Don't I just lose the cannon if I base right there? Well, they lose
You
theirs
should. I
too.
mean, you have home guards too, so you'll get back pretty fast. And I also think I don't know exactly how much gold you need, but I'm pretty sure you have Yuntal. So I think ruining your tempo if it gives you an item is also worth, but I don't think it changes anything because you already have your Yuntal. So basically, the way I want you to look at this is that pushing cannons like this when your opponent's not in lane is griefing your tempo. But you're only okay
Okay.
with griefing your tempo if it gives you something like an item. But this doesn't give you an item, so you're kind of griefing your tempo for no reason.
Interesting. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Makes sense
Yeah,
to
so
me.
that's just like a good because
I get what you're throwing down.
you were doing it for the most part, but because you wanted to cheese, even if the wave's right in front of you, it's still too much of a time investment to hit the cannon wave. Yeah, so that's definitely because let's like count the waves you miss, right? Because you miss that one wave, and then you're not there. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go mid for a fight. I guess you take over mid here, and then now you
Yeah, I mean, I was like,
lose.
it's around 15 minutes. I was like, it's probably better to stick here. I thought.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. Yeah, I guess everything here is fine. It's just the cannon reset. I think that's the main thing. Because not only that, if you think about it too, if you reset on that cannon, you're also here for this mid play a little earlier. Like you're already here.
Yeah, like 10 seconds
And you're
faster.
fighting with them.
20.
Like I don't know what's
Yeah, I
happening.
wish they needed us. Yeah,
But
like
you
look at
probably
they're
could
so
have
low.
either saved your team or killed someone here, most likely.
Yeah.
So it's like a double. You lost a CS and you lost a opportunity to make a play, which is like crazy if you think about it, right? It's just like just a few extra seconds to kill a cannon wave.
That's
Kill
that's what I'm
CS.
saying. That's why I put those details in because it feels like
Yeah.
either I'm lagging behind the play or chasing someone or like
Yeah.
falling behind
So imagine you do
on
this like a
CS.
few times a
It's like
game. That's
it,
like potentially game losing, right? In terms of
it
losing
exactly how it
opportunities.
feels.
Yeah.
She doesn't even die. Is that crazy or what?
Nice try. Yeah.
These guys full tank. We're all 80.
Yeah. Happens. And then here it's just a mid wave you don't have access to because you're walking up to hit him because you want to. It seems like you just want to hit him, but you're not thinking enough about his threat, and you don't have rockets. Right? Maybe if you have rockets, you can space it, but you're low mana. In this condition, just think ahead of time. Like, okay, I'm low mana. Do I want to stay on the map with low mana?
Wait, all
Probably
right.
not.
I had to step away for 2 seconds. I
Okay.
missed everything you just said in the last 1 minute. I had to change something for my girl. All good.
Oh, no worries.
All right, what are you saying?
I was just saying, like, so in this situation, um, every mid wave you want to think like, are you allowed to hit it? So here, you're not really allowed to hit
Right,
this because of the threat, and you can't hit him without your rockets
right.
because your champ essentially at the end of the day is like a spacing champ. Is how you deal with threats. You use your max range. That's one part of the play. Is just you're not allowed to hit. You're not allowed to walk forward. You have to because every mid wave right is you either contest it, which means you walk up to mid and hit the wave, or you're catching it, which means you're under your tower. And you have to catch it in this situation because you're low mana, and you also have to worry about Galio E.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the second part of this play
So
is just
do I just sacrifice it, or do I do the right thing knowing I can just walk out? He's not gonna do a lot of damage to me.
yeah. So here, what I would do is first you have to realize you're low mana, so you want to go to base, replenish this. Okay.
Yeah,
So what I would do is that
everyone's dead.
because because there's contest or catch, all you can do is catch. What I would do is go into fog, and then reset, and then just watch to see if he pushes this. If he pushes it, catch. If he doesn't, finish your recall. You see what I
Copy.
mean? This is really similar to
Yeah.
the Varus reset or the Varus cheese because it's like back here, when you want to cheese Varus, don't remember the exact timer. I think it's right here. Oh no, it's all the way up here. It's when you
Only
have
like 12, 11 minutes or so.
all the way up here. Yeah, I think it's way farther up. 1500 gold. Yeah, right here. So here, for example, you need to reset.
Yeah, right here.
Someone's in fog. You want to reset and channel recall and adapt. It's the same thing as mid lane. You want to channel recall because you want to base for this item, and cannon waves are an opportunity, right? So you want to
Mm.
channel base, and then you want to adapt. Like, if they stay,
Everybody out on you.
finish
Move. Go.
base.
Everyone out. Out. Out.
If they're
Mhm.
gone,
Lay
catch.
down.
You there?
All the dogs attacking me. All right. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So
All the dogs ran in my room and started
my
fighting.
handwriting's
That's
not the
you're fine.
best, but essentially, I want you to learn
It's okay.
this framework, which is just if you want to base,
Channel base.
channel base, Step one. Step two is to adapt, which is if you see the opponent stay, or what's it called? Did I write actually? Maybe I wrote this backwards. If they stay.
If they stay, finish base. If they
Oh, it should be
if
the other
they're
way. It should be
gone,
the other way
catch.
around. It should be if they.
You know, just pull up your notes. You know what I mean? It's easier for you to type. I know you're a much better
This is gonna
typer.
only because I actually do think this is gonna be your learning objective. I think
Yeah.
this is probably as good to type. So who's your support again? It was
Annie.
Annie. Thank you.
We're playing against Varus. Yeah,
Yeah,
Varus Lux.
Varus Lux. Yeah, I'll type because it is going to be your objective, which is like the framework, just like it's kind of like I don't know what to call it. Need to recall framework. It's sort of like
Yeah. So if have gold for item, channel
yeah.
recall,
Let's just say like
fog of war.
if you need to base channel recall and fog,
Mm-hmm.
and watch what your opponent does with the wave. And the reason this is important is because a lot of times what will happen, right, is if the opponent doesn't see you, they're going to assume that you recalled and shove the wave, right? So if they shove the wave, stay to cache wave. Yep.
Do you
If
can
they
you add this on that? If you stay to catch the wave, or do you just catch it and push, or you just catch that one wave and recall? You know, a lot of times, like someone will be doing a late recall because they shoved it.
yeah, stay to
You try and
catch.
push it all the way back into the tower.
If they shove the wave, stay to catch wave. So this is if the wave is coming towards you, right? So it's like
Yeah.
if they're pushing the wave towards you and it's in the middle, then you want to stay to catch the wave so you don't lose it. But if they leave, they just keep recalling because the wave's in neutral. But but you're talking about like
Oh,
the next level punishing, right? So let's say they leave and the wave's in
yeah,
neutral.
you're like I'm baiting them, and they push it, and you're like, cool, I'll catch the wave, and they run away, and they go to channel recall.
You can
Do I
shove
clear
it.
the wave, or do I
There's
try
two
and
conditions.
shove the
So
wave as much as far as I can, and then recall?
there's two conditions, which is that if the wave's not a cannon, then you shove it, and you have to make sure that it's safe.
Okay.
Because if the wave's not a cannon, you can shove
Okay.
it, but it's not worth it if you die for it, because the jungle can gank you or the mid can rotate. So, but it's still fine to base if it's not a
Put
cannon.
in parentheses.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can
So
put
I
that.
put in parentheses like, yeah, like if
If they leave, keep
not a
recalling, and
cannon
then I'll
wave and
yeah,
it's safe.
for sure. So I'll put
These are good things. I can recommend really
if it's not
points.
a
These are
cannon
good things.
wave and it's safe, no jungle / mid threat or support. Actually, there's a lot of threats you have to watch for because supports can come back. Um, there's no jungle / mid support threat. You can shove to deny a wave, right? Because if you think about it, like the Ver staying after you shove the cannon is kind of he's doing this. It's not a cannon, and he's shoving to deny a wave, right? So over here, when you do eventually back, this is what Varus is doing, which is this step. It's not a cannon wave, and he sees that your whole team's mid, so he's shoving. This is what we're talking about right now. You see that?
Yeah.
Right? Because he knows that you base after that cannon because he knows you want to base. So that's what I'm essentially doing is teaching you to do what Varus is doing right here, which is to shove
Yeah.
non-cannon waves when they're by themselves, basically, or you're by yourself. If
If
it's
it
a
is a cannon
cannon,
wave, then just back
if it's a
immediately.
cannon, just recall for tempo and farm. You won't lose much, and you'll be on map with team. This is the framework that I just want to. This is where your CS is going, basically.
Yeah. I can see that, honestly.
Right. So the same thing applies here with with Galio, which is like the condition again is if you need to recall, you need to base because you're low mana. Can't save the contest, so just channel recall. If he doesn't touch this wave because he knows he wins, then you could take advantage of that because the wave's in neutral and use that time to go to base. But if he does shove it, then you just stay and catch the wave and you're happy because you're getting your farm. And then you just wait till there's a cannon and you don't have to worry about him shoving really because
Takes too long.
yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, like you'll see this game. I did play well all game. Like I was in fights and part of things, so it's not like I was just like KDA player.
I just want to go through the rest of the game pretty quickly to see if there's any red
You're
flags.
fine.
And if there isn't, then I'm honestly fine with you just taking that as your learning objective. You're fine with that because I do think that's very big and applies in a lot of games.
I feel like some like there was so many close calls where like I feel like I could have maybe been more aggressive with Kindred. Not here, but like the next fight, I think there's a lot of these transition fights that were happening, and it's just like okay, if I flash forward, maybe I could have gotten Kindred and killed myself. And he's 11-7. He was the most fed person in the game. Him and Galio.
So this is also an interesting situation that I want to talk about. I don't know if I'll note it, but this is very common as well, which is a fight will kind of happen before the wave is shoved out because the cycle, right, is you push mid.
Yeah, mid's
Until
already
this goes
pushed
in.
pretty much. That's the also point.
But I want to get more specific. Push mid until it crashes. Or I'll say, how do I phrase this? I'll say push mid. That's what this is the action, but what you want to see is that the wave is crashed under the tower because the goal of pushing mid is that someone on the enemy team catches that.
Yeah.
Push mid fully to their tower. Fully to tower. Then rotate. Plays. Okay, and this fully to tower is really important because the way I want you to approach this situation is just I'd rather you just push mid with your Yasuo here and then rotate after. The only time you rotate early is if plays are like free, and when I say free, I mean like they're full committed, which usually means that like they're either deep in your guys' base, which they're on your side of the map, but Galio's not like he's like a tank and he's not like super committed. You know what I mean? If he's like over here on wolves, then sure, walk over and get the free kill. But if there's any doubt that you can even kill this guy, or that you're even needed, then I'd rather you default to the plan, which is to push mid first.
I also feel like sidebar on this. I also felt like I made a build mistake. I feel like I should have just went Lord Dominic's third or second, and maybe even skip C4-4 because they had 3 Randuins on their team or 2 Randuins. They're all super tanks, ninja tabbies. I thought I wasn't
that makes sense. So
I was like,
I have not experimented with C4-4 second. The reason it makes sense to me is because it's like a mini IE in a sense because you get damage amp on all your autos because you're 700 range, right? But the thing is,
and you get RSC, you get 850 range when you get a kill.
Yeah,
really broken.
But I think it's way better once you get your IE and LDR, like the item, because your autos are really hitting like a truck. Yeah. So having that extra range and extra damage amp is going to be really insane when your autos already hit really, really hard, right? So I personally just go IE second into LDR because if you go IE second, you have the freedom. Like, let's say you go IE second, you already have your IE. They're squishy. You
I
can
go LDR.
Yeah, so you can go LDR if they're tankier, or you can go like a Hurricane or a C4-4 if they're not, and then you get LDR fourth. So that sounds to me like way more flexibility. The question around C44 is just the math and how it feels, which I'm honestly not experienced enough in. But that would be my recommendation, which is
I played like I played like 30 games, 20, 30. I played at least 30 games with it. It is good. I definitely missed the attack speed with the Runes Hurricane IE second, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's just wrap up some of the learnings. So I want to say always ward your third wave. And Try to fully shove waves before moving to plays unless the kill is really free, meaning they are extremely committed, or you can walk a couple steps for a free kill. If there's doubt, just keep pushing mid. You want to see, this is a long note, but it's all important. You want to see the enemy
Yeah, it's fine.
catch it under tower. Play with number advantage. Okay, but I do think that this is already, this need to recall framework is really important. Because if you give them opportunities
Pretty good.
to
Yeah. Like,
shove the
we
wave and
turned this
deny
whole
you
game
6
around
CS,
to win.
would you say?
No, go ahead. We'll see.
Yeah, I was just saying, if you give your
That's
enemies
my
opportunities to shove waves into like a full wave while you're in base, then that's going to add up to a lot of CS you miss. If you're rotating the plays and just letting Yasuo push by himself, then you're not going to have your full team for the fight. You don't see where their team is, and you're missing CS because you could be pushing with Yasuo and getting some of that farm as well. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's also CS you're missing. Yeah, and I think this just seems like one of those games where like a little, like you didn't play perfectly, so this is just one of those games you might have to play perfectly to win because your team is just really behind. But I don't really care about you winning like these really hard games as long as you improve like that framework, because that applies to a ton of games, right? If you're missing CS, if like every game you're missing one wave because you backed after shoving a cannon wave and you're griefing your tempo, then you're putting yourself in a hard position a lot of the time, right? But I mean, you did a lot of things well this game though, so I would be proud of that. The last fight of the game just doesn't work out. But yeah, does that sound good for you from this game? You there? Can you hear me, by the way? I guess he's
Can
busy.
you not hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
All right, sound
Hold on.
good.
My microphone. Yeah. Low key. Like low key. Like my sciatic nerve kind of hurts. Like sitting here, it's kind of uncomfortable.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know why. I have not been playing like at all today. By the way, I was like, I'm just gonna chill.
yeah.
Ready to
So
beat up the next game.
if you could look at your resets and just clean up your rotations, I think that'll help you a lot.
Mhm.
And then just build a habit of always warding too. I don't know how often that gets punished, but warding the railroad to third is just a good habit because it's an every game thing. All right, so that sounds good. Then if you can just queue up, and then we can do the next one.
Alrighty on it.
All right, good luck.